his mic in front of his face? Like it's right off to the side. All right, perfect.
That's how he likes it.
What?
Damn.
What is up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Empower 610, where we
Power and minds, one episode at a time.
let's get it. Nice. Today on this episode, we got new guests. We got a new location. Tell us what.
All right, this is a new season as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, a new season.
Season 2. New set.
yeah.
Who this? New guest. Who this?
Oh yeah.
We outside. I mean, we inside, but we outside.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. So tell us a little bit about who we have here.
So, this is going to be a fun one because our two guests here, I have the privilege of knowing one of them for 20 plus years,
Yes, sir.
another one for 10 plus years.
Yes, sir.
And there's going to be a whole lot of jokes, antics. One, I go back from hooping at Union Terrace, and he's still salty about me beating him in bowling.
Hey.
Look at the salt on
He
his
agreed.
face.
He agreed with you too, by the
Right,
way.
I mean,
Yeah.
He
very-
Yo,
should.
he's,
Yes.
yo, that man's Aggie.
Mm.
Every chance he gets, I get a threat.
Every time you bring it up, I want to undo civil rights.
Yo,
Jesus
should have known that was
We,
coming.
we need separate bowling alleys.
Yo, we need separate bowling. Son.
separate,
Oh,
but, separate but equal.
Separate but equal.
See, my Spanish ass thought he said "but equal."
That sounds like that whole pre-production chat. But on some real shit though, these two
shit.
fellas are one of the most talented people I've had the pleasure of knowing and connecting with. We're talking music, entertainment, filmmaking, videos, photography, you name it. These two dudes, I have the privilege, and they know I don't be giving out compliments much, but if I'm gonna give out compliments, these two dudes deserve a whole lot of flowers for the craftsmanship that they've showed over the years with literally everything they've touched. So, without further ado, we got my man Phaze Wun and my guy Tug McRaw. Let's go.
Let's go.
So, if y'all two brothers could take a moment and introduce yourselves for the folks who may not know you that are listening in on all these damn streaming platforms or watching on YouTube.
My name's Tug McRaw, McRaw, not to be confused with the motherfucking baseball player from the 80s. Look up my shit on wherever you look shit up on. And yeah. And let's get it.
Yo.
I'm Phaze Wun. I also do a podcast. It's Just a Phase. You can find me on YouTube. It's Just a Phase, Instagram, everything. Producer, rapper, engineer,
Oh.
handsome man.
Troll. Troll. Let's not leave that one out.
Right.
Oh, yeah. All right. I do music. I used to shoot video. I used to do photography.
Nice. He
but
taught
nah,
me a
nah.
bunch about photography too.
Yeah, I do music.
You nicer than nice though?
At what?
At everything.
And I don't know what he do. I don't know what he do now. He might have diversified his portfolio since 2010. I don't know what he do.
That's
now.
how I learned photography. I learned it from him and my other guy Percy during the magazine.
Yo, shout out Percy.
Yeah,
Ahim.
shout out to Percy.
Word.
I learned from them and also Vanessa.
Yes, sir.
But
Shout out
mostly
V.
Tug, because me and Tug spent way more time together. So I learned a lot about the camera and stuff.
Word.
Then I took a class, and then just everything I learned, I got nice at it. So
Word.
I definitely gotta give salute to that because there's mad stuff I didn't know shit about. He's like, nah, this, that, here's how you frame your shot. Da, 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 da. I was like, okay, what? But I picked up a lot. So it's gonna be a great
See, now,
conversation.
you know what? Hold on. Wait. Let me intervene. Because I guarantee you most of your listeners don't even realize you co-own the fucking print magazine.
Yeah.
Do they know?
We talked about it a little bit. He keeps telling me, you gotta bring it back.
You gotta bring it. Yeah, yo. No.
Yeah.
Listen, first of all, we the originators of the rooftop parties out here in the
Bruh.
Lehigh Valley. We the
That building's right behind us.
Wild.
That's what's crazy about that.
Then we moved over the other side. Then we got racially profiled over there.
Yo,
And then no, dead ass. You
I
remember,
tell people if we ever dropped a documentary on that,
you remember how it
people
happened?
would be surprised at what we was dealing with
Yo,
during that time. Oh
Anyway,
my God.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead, keep going.
Nah,
keep
you
going.
good. Go off.
No, go off.
Yeah, so I'm bigging you up now. Mr. Jones here was co-owner of maybe outside of this is before Lehigh Valley Live. I truly feel like not throwing shots at them. Big ups to them and respect. But way before any of that, we was the only local print magazine out here. Actual print. You can go to a shop and pick up the magazine.
Yeah.
And flip through pages. And people don't. Yeah,
it takes a lot to do.
It does. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of money.
I go live.
You know how many evenings I seen this motherfucker hustling, stressing, putting funds together. So many evenings, man. And
you should digitize it. You should digitize it.
It was digitized, actually.
No, you should like keep it going.
Oh, keep it going.
Keep it going.
Yeah. Oh, I did. Well, ironically, so I did tell a little bit about that story when I actually like released a little freestyle earlier
Freestyle.
Actually, a year ago. Yeah,
Freestyle.
I actually released a little song. I recorded it with him.
I never heard. I need.
Yeah.
You did, yo.
Off camera. I'll listen.
Yeah,
to it.
I'll send it to you. Yeah, I did. It
It
was weird for me.
Yeah, it was a whole joke of like me always saying to him that I was gonna record him, and then when I actually did, he actually did everything in one take, and I was actually amazed by that.
Oh.
Yeah. What is this? A crazy thing because I did it and I had part of it right, and the rest was just like pure from the soul. And I'm saying
From the soul.
straight. The whole inspiration was about
No.
about my mom.
You gotta
know what I'm
understand.
saying?
This mixtape shit. This isn't new. He been doing this for decades now.
Yo,
It's not new. Anybody that know this motherfucker, he been doing this for decades. He's been promoting
13
his
years of
mixtape.
trolling.
Bro, search
I got
it.
23 album covers out here.
Search his name up and chat and chat.
Oh yeah, chat. Yo, if you ask ChatGPT, I'm a whole rapper.
Really?
Yeah,
I love
According to
recognize.
chat.
I love
Chat's
it.
trolling me. That's messed up.
I love it.
I searched
Messed
myself up. It said no results. I searched him up. It was like he released 10 albums. He is recognized, Grammy award winning. I'm like, wait, what?
And who are we to argue with ChatGPT?
If it's on chat, it's facts.
Yeah, it's facts. It's facts.
No more Google. It's all chat, baby. Yo, so yeah, that definitely happened. I'll send you that later though. But
Anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, interview us.
Yeah.
interview? Who said this was an interview?
He's still mad about basketball games for back in the day.
Yeah, basketball games, bowling games. Man, I hate him.
I still remember the first like crossover you invented called the Mask of Zorro.
Yo, not the Mask of Zorro.
That's facts.
He used to come up with these weird names.
I used to just
for his
come up
moves.
with random names. Yeah,
I can't imagine.
always
you.
a creative.
I can't see you on the ball court. I can't see you because even
He used
since
to be a
back-
little slimmer, a little bit.
Yeah, nah, a lot slimmer.
Yeah, I'm about to say
a lot slimmer.
because
Yeah.
when I moved back from the city and I met him, he was already
Stocky.
in his dad zone. You know what I'm saying?
Big dad energy.
Yeah, he was already in his dad energy.
Yes.
I can't see him crossing over on the court. I just can't see.
No,
it.
he used to have handle. He used to
I
have
know.
handle.
I believe it.
Yeah, me and FaZe used to go to war. It was mad fun though. It was always a good time. But Union Terrace, Cedar Beach,
The Y.
the Y,
Sneaking mad people into the Y.
bruh, chaos,
Oh,
absolute chaos at the Y.
yo, we gonna have to get a 1-on-1 again. I would pay to see that.
Well,
Y'all two.
I'll
y'all
still
two.
smoke them.
Oh, he ain't about to smoke. He's gonna have to back me
I-
down. Pause
I
all the game. That's it.
Promise you,
Oh!
I would still smoke you.
All right, so let me ask you both a question.
Content.
If you would compare his game back in the day to an NBA player, who would it be? And if you would compare his game back in the day to an NBA player, who would it be?
He's like Paul Pierce.
Oh, that's a compliment. Okay.
That's a very interesting one.
Yeah. You guys have, or you used to have like similar body shape. You're a little bit
Yeah.
stocky around the mid.
Wait.
Around the mid. Pause.
Not about his body shape, about his
No,
game,
but
how
that's-
he play.
But your body shape is kind of the way you move.
The way you look.
Yeah.
So
All right, all right.
it's a part of the movement. He's like a Paul Pierce.
Who would you compare Phaze's game to back in the day?
If I had to compare, I'd say like a cross between Jason Williams and Steve Nash.
He went with the two white dudes.
No, it's facts.
No. Like, ask him.
I'm not.
It's not even just about that. Like,
no. Like
his
I was
literal
nev-
game.
Yeah, no, I was never a scorer. I'm a pass first
Yeah.
point guard.
Jason Williams and Steve Nash are compliments, by the way.
Yeah.
Those are two good.
Those was by this. That was a really good question though, because I had to think about them. Like, damn, like from what I remember with FaZe, but FaZe had handles. He had
I
some
could jump.
moves.
I used to be able to jump.
You
Yeah.
know what?
I can't jump
I'm,
no more.
I'm talking shit on him. I can't see you balling right now either.
I'm playing since I'm
Oh shit.
I couldn't even tell you.
All right. I got all right. Shit.
I still shoot though. Yo, so
We getting off track like
I
a
skip,
motherfucker.
I can skip that first part now. The intro is over.
Yeah.
You want to share
So-
that with me?
I did share it with you. What you talking about?
I didn't get it.
That's crazy. You didn't read the text I sent you about where. That's crazy. You know what? Nobody listens to me. Sounds like I'm at school again teaching and shit. Nobody listens.
This man loves making himself the victim.
Shout out to everybody
Nah,
tuning
no
in right now.
Yeah, for sure. But first I'd like to talk a little bit about the project y'all released back in October.
Yes, sir.
Of course, during peak Libra season, my guy
Yes,
Faze
sir.
did the production. And Faze knows I don't ever give him no props. This has literally been our relationship since way back in the day.
Yeah, he
No
told
props
he told
ever.
me. He told me.
Right?
It's hilarious.
So I had to hit him up. I'm like, bro, you've been on one hell of a run production
Yo,
wise.
dead ass.
And that project like really solidified it for me because for one, as much as I never tell y'all that, I'm a fan of both of y'all creatively, right?
Appreciate it.
And that's with like everything y'all touch. But then hearing that, I haven't heard you rap since Bacon and Eggs. So I've told you how much I love that project. But then hearing that, I'm like, yo, Tug sounds re-energized.
Hey.
And Faze is on this mean run. And I'm like,
Hey.
I didn't know how bad I needed this collab.
Hey.
And I think it's because of how much I know both of you personally. I
Yeah.
think that's what like really did it for me. So, you know, what I want to know is how did that all come together? Because for me, as an outsider
I'ma tell you-
of the project, but knowing you both as individuals,
Got this.
I was really curious about how that all came together.
So before we get into that,
yeah.
you ain't hear me since Bacon and Eggs. I actually dropped the EP in between that recently. With I don't know if you remember Nyla. homegirl.
Oh, you're right.
It's an EP
You're right.
called 1936. Look that shit up too. Whatever your streaming platforms are. Tug McRaw, McRaw 1936 with Nyla. She's currently in LA doing her thing right now.
Yeah,
But
she's dope.
we dropped like a 6-8 song. I don't even remember how it is. We dropped the EP, but a lot of people it went under the radar with a lot of people, as most of my stuff does.
I
But
do remember that. Now that you said it, I do remember it because I remember what the cover looks like with both y'all on it.
But honestly, it started with Faze, man. I have to thank Faze for all of this. None of this would have happened without Faze. Because honestly, I was in a mental state where I wasn't even worried about making another album. I was gonna pick up the guitar, and from playing guitar for Nyla for so long, that we were doing shows and I was doing songs where I was playing guitar live, rapping on
Yeah.
top of that shit, and that was like a whole new drug to me. It was like I've been smoking weed my life, and I done did an E for the first time. And I
Yeah,
was like,
word.
"Yo, what is this? I can play and rap." This shit blew my head off. So that was gonna be my goal. I wasn't ever even planning to do that, but
Wow.
it's really all about Faze. Faze
Yeah.
hit me up and
That's
was like, "Bro, XYZ 1 2 3. This is what's happening," and I was in no position to say no to him, and. Yeah, it's really on Faze. So
Yeah.
why did you hit me the fuck up?
Word. And what seriously, you're a madman right now. Like you're
Yeah.
possessed.
He's working heavy.
like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, he knows I've never given this man a compliment. Like, so I'm sure when I texted him, and this was like, what was that, like a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And I'm sure he was probably like, yo, did someone hack his phone?
No,
Like,
man.
who is this?
No, like whenever I get compliments, it generally comes from a real place because nobody
Yeah.
gives me compliments ever.
Yeah.
Like they feel like it's hard because I talk so much
Because you're a
shit.
piece of shit.
And
And that's how I am. So it's like, it's hard to give out
but
compliments.
still,
I don't know why.
I know it comes from a real place when it
Yeah.
does. So I really do appreciate it, and it makes me feel good because I
Yeah.
don't receive them often. But back in the day when I first went off to Full Sail after high school
Remember
and
that.
stuff, when I was coming back to town and stuff, Tug was one of the first people I linked with
Mm.
when I was coming back when MySpace was.
Are you talking
was-
about back?
Yeah. But this is
Yeah.
where it started.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
so when I was in Full Sail and I knew I was coming back home, I was looking up who's doing stuff in the town on MySpace and stuff, and I listened to Tug's shit, and I was like, I like it. So I
Yeah.
was like, yo, when I come back from Full Sail, we need a link. And then when I came back, he was like, yo, this, and this. I know somebody with a studio you can link with. And then he introduced me to Rick. And me and Tug were doing a couple songs. And then
Shout out Rick Cheney.
I got down with
Shout
L
out to
Chain
Rick.
for a while.
That's my
That's
cousin.
fire.
And then
Hey.
It's a family affair.
so
Yeah.
we did work for a long time. And then Tug was doing his own thing, but we still had communications in the meantime. But I always felt like Tug needed to work with one producer
Lock in.
Yeah.
because I always loved him rapping, but I'm like,
Yeah.
but the projects to me don't feel like
A project.
like a cohesive album. Like I knew he could
Consistency.
be more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, I like that because if you remember back in like the 80s and early 90s, that's what we heard a lot of. There was
Right.
one main person soundtracking and being cohesive. And then in recent years, we're starting to get some of that.
Mm.
Hit
Yeah,
Boy's on
coming
a
back.
crazy run.
Right.
Right.
You know what
Mm.
what
Oh,
Jay Z
with
did
Nas,
with No
yeah.
ID, and Hit Boy with Nas. Like I heard how Nas was refreshed
Mm.
from working with this talent. So like when I said like you were refreshed, that was the same because I have all your projects. And I'm
Yeah.
saying so I'm like I've always told you like yo you're dope. Like the way you the presence you have, the wordplay, and I love lyricism. So that's why I've always appreciated his work. Like nah man, like you nice. Like I'm not saying that just because we cool. Like
I
I don't like
appreciate
to give out things just because we're cool. Like I'm against that. But I'm like, nah, you're nice. But then hearing him on Phaze, I'm like,
it.
yo,
Mm.
my man sound like he 22 ready to rap everyone's heads off.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, what happened? He gave Tug the Fountain of Youth. Like he sounds
Yeah.
hungry.
Yeah, we just started locking in. I was like, let's just start doing some stuff, and once we get rolling, something will come out of it.
Yeah.
and since I started being more independent with my production, and I've been producing Slim for
Yeah.
8 years or so, and I started producing for Devin, and we done a bunch of albums, and then I was like, I need to like reach back to some people who I didn't get to work with as much as I wanted to
His
before.
roots.
Yeah, legit reach back to my roots.
Yeah, and
Like-
that's real though. That's real full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I knew we could do something. I was like, dude, you haven't done music in so long. We ain't getting no younger.
I mean,
Let's
hey,
do
hey,
it. Let's
I
do
wa-
it.
I was doing music that whole time. It just wasn't rap music.
Right.
Mm.
I was a fucking guitar player for a soul singer. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
and
but I'm like,
jazz
dude,
singer
I was
for-
like, dude, the
Come on,
Valley,
man.
the Valley needs a Tug album, dude.
Thank
Like,
you.
Nah, I agree. And I feel like the timing was perfect for it.
Really?
Plus, like, I'm biased. So like October is my favorite month. I'm born in October, Tug's born in October.
Yo.
So I was hype about the release date already.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know what he's up to.
So I wanted to do it on my birthday, right?
Yeah.
On the 16th, and he said, "No, it's industry standard or whatever."
Fridays
So-
now.
Or what did you say?
yeah,
Tuesday.
It was like Fridays or something.
Certain days. So I looked them days up, and it was a fucking Friday the
Yeah.
13th, and I said, "Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we gotta do it on this."
Yeah, it's
day.
only right. Yeah.
Friday the 13th.
Only right.
Hell
Spooky
yeah.
season.
Especially with the theme of the album, I was like,
Yeah.
"Yes, we gotta do it this day."
My question is for you two guys. It seems like you guys have a lot of chemistry. What does that creative process look like from the beginning?
All right. Well, our creative process for this album was nothing like our creative process like we've ever done. Like he's always made beats, and I go back into my safe space and I write, and then I come back into the studio and we do it. This was totally different, as to where 99.99% of the beats and 99.99% of the bars were created on spot.
That's dope.
He
That's
didn't
ill.
he didn't send me no beats. He literally made the beats on the spot, and I'd write on the spot. It was kind of my choice because he would have sent me beats if I wanted to.
Right.
What I found,
I did send him beats, but he was just
And I-
ignored them.
and I ignored it. No. So
Yo.
I'm speaking to all my MCs out there,
Yeah.
and tell me if y'all can relate to me, MCs out there listening to, because I would.
It's nothing like the feeling of like when you hear it, the energy you get.
Yes.
It's nothing like the feeling of for the MCs when you first write it and you're fresh off the pen and paper,
Oh yeah.
and you spin it and
Word.
you're like, yo, this shit's fire. And then when you get into the studio, either it's gonna be that same amount of fire or it's lacking a little of that luster. And so to ensure that I come off as passionate as it is when I first write it, I'm not gonna write nothing until I'm in the studio.
Yeah.
And luckily, I was dealing with a producer that had the patience enough to fucking deal with me sitting around writing for a half hour a fucking
Yeah.
song. And it wasn't even about and So yeah, I did everything on the spot. So when I'm spitting, I got that the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, word.
Espiritu Santo. When I got that shit in me, it's right there. You know
Go
what I'm saying?
time.
It's right there, yeah. And I got the spirit. So yeah, I appreciate you, Phaze, for dealing with me.
I
with that
appreciate you
shit,
as well.
yeah.
It was a little bit different for me too, because even though me and Tug have known each other for a while, we never locked in for an album.
Yeah.
So, like, me and Slim been working together since 2015. I can make Slim beats in my dreams, and I know
Yeah.
like this is what he likes.
Yeah. That's because you're used to it. So
Right.
for y'all to lock in like that,
Yeah,
I
we-
feel like as a listener,
He wasn't used to what I wanted. He wasn't.
but I feel like for both of y'all as individuals, I feel like because of what you just explained, because I don't know any of this until you said it,
Yeah.
that helps you both grow creatively because you're coming
Right.
through with a whole new perspective. And that's why I always appreciate your work as an artist too, because you're talking about how, you play the guitar. I know about hood rock,
Yeah.
you playing the drums.
Drums, yeah.
And so like I feel like you bring a different perspective musically to everything for what you want to hear,
Yeah.
plus writing. You're meticulous.
I think
So
also,
I know he's meticulous with how he produces.
and here's the counter. Here's the counter. Exactly your point right now about me and meticulous. The point that I would write on the spot and spit there, it forced me not to be meticulous.
Yeah.
Because if he gives me a beat and I go back to the lab and I'm there, I could change. Okay, I'm not gonna
Yep.
say in the house. I'm gonna say in the. It forced me to not overthink shit. And I
Yeah.
just gotta go with the Holy
Intuition.
Spirit in my heart and
Yep.
intuition. So everything you heard has no refinement at all. Everything here was raw.
Which is why I think I felt like as a listener, knowing you both, I felt like you felt so refreshed
Oh,
because it came
Okay.
straight out. You didn't have to go to war with yourself. You
Yeah.
weren't by yourself in the lab. Y'all were holding each other accountable.
the way you said that, go to war with yourself. Any MC that's really real about his MCing and about his wordplay knows you go to war with yourself more than
Yep.
anything before you get into that booth. You are
Yep.
fucking you, and it forced me not to do that.
But I think that's what I feel like after. I feel like whatever you guys work on after this
Yeah.
is going to be just even greater because of that.
Yeah, and we're gonna do the
Like,
same.
that's why I'm excited. That's why I asked y'all, like, wait, what's next?
Like I
let me know
told you,
what's going on.
we were
Because I know what's going to happen.
we're one song in, right? I told you.
Yeah.
on the new album.
When he came to the studio most recently, the one beat that I played for him was I named it the name of the next album because I knew this is what he wanted. And as soon as I played it, he was like,
That's
"This
ill.
is it."
Yeah, he was right.
I was
That's
like,
ill.
"No."
He's like, yeah, he was right.
He was right. Yeah, he was right.
I was like, "No, now I know. Now I know.
Yeah.
Now I
See,
know."
And that's, as a creative, like, that's dope to see. And I feel like I hope people kind of that are listening, because we do have quite a few creatives that listen into this, that they take what you're saying, because those are the real gems.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
as you know, like, and you know as well, because you've done a lot of music and you do videos. That's why I think it's interesting to sit next to all three of y'all as the one who doesn't shoot videos. I just know how everything should look.
Mm.
The one who doesn't make music, but I know how things should sound. I know a little bit about all of y'all. I'm like, I know how he struggles with his creative process sometimes. And like, for what you just said, I feel like would help him as an artist
Yes.
too.
Speaking of music videos, if anybody want to see Nyce Jonez, if anybody want to see Nyce Jonez act a goddamn fool in a
Yo.
music video, you go to YouTube right now. Look up Tug McRaw Serpent
Oh,
Spines.
well,
Yeah,
were
I'm there.
We were so drunk off the vodka in that.
Yo,
music
yeah, we
video.
really
wow.
were.
fresh back from Vegas.
Yeah, wow, what a time.
Wow.
It's a great music video. Look it up, Tug McRaw Serpent
Have fun.
Spines. Spell McGraw with an MCRW, no
Oh,
G
man,
in
we're
the
at
last
it.
name.
we're adding the link in the description.
And
Damn right.
and talk your shit to Nyce in the comments.
Damn. Yo, that's messed up because people will. That's the messed up. I got too many trolls in these streets. Oh well, I'm
Alright.
with it.
We should
That was a
make
fun time.
We should make a raffle for the best comment.
I'm with it. I like giving out stuff.
Hey yo.
But like, speak to that. Like, you listening to what he just said. Like, think about you, because I know you have a couple things that you're working on. Like,
Yeah,
how
no,
does that speak to you?
no, especially what he said about like the battle with yourself, because like a lot of the times
It's real.
the battle's mental,
It's
because
real.
like you let like all the thoughts get to your head and things like that, and sometimes some of the self doubt, or you even think about what other people are gonna think. Before
And you never know.
decide,
Some of that battle within yourself, that self-doubt, could erase some of the genius that you had on.
Yep.
You're gonna question that genius that you have already on that self doubt. You're gonna change it to something safer.
Right.
That part, the safety.
The safety,
part.
yeah. So the formula that I dug up with Phaze completely eliminated the thing. But then it also could be whack too. You have to trust your heart, your energy. You gotta trust yourself. It's a scary fucking thing.
Nah,
or have someone that you do trust when
Let you know if you whack.
after you do it.
Some people won't. They won't be like,
No,
nah, that was
because
whack. Like,
I don't want to use the word fucking safe space. I hate it. But you do need that initial space to let out whatever you got.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
rough draft. at
Yeah.
least. And then
They're essential.
have somebody you trust listen to it or read it, whatever you're doing. If you're writing,
Nah.
and just
That whole album was my rough
give
draft.
'em- yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bar.
But then if something needs to be changed, you need you need somebody that you trust to tell you that something needs to be changed.
Yeah.
And honestly, what's funny between me and you, I was telling you most of the shit and you need to be changed. You was like, nah, it's fine.
Yeah, I was like, no,
I was like,
keep-
nah,
you need
this
to keep
shit is
it.
whack, son.
But again, that's
That's
that
the
war with
artist.
yourself,
Yep.
and you're like da. But you need that other perspective.
100%.
Because Phaze is not somebody that's gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's somebody that will hold
Bec-
any artist
be-
accountable.
because
He
it-
won't lie.
It also has his name on it and his reputation on
Yep.
it as well. He's not gonna let
got
me
skin in the
spit some-
game.
Yeah, he's not gonna let me spit some whack shit on one of his beats because it represents him. It's
Yep.
50%. Yeah.
And something that's dope also from Nyce's perspective is that like us as creatives, a lot of times we either like listen or visually see stuff and take like content way differently than
Yeah.
just what a regular person does. 'Cause
Yeah.
sometimes we get stuck on like the technical,
Mm-hmm.
and a regular person doesn't really care about the technical.
Yo,
They
if you wanna take that to the next level, if you want to change the way, because as soon as you start doing music, you hear music differently because you're hearing
That's
it from
facts.
a creative aspect. The same way you guys are doing podcasts now. When you guys watch other podcasts, you're gonna see
Everything.
it. You're gonna take it in a whole different manner because you do it yourselves.
exactly.
Now, one thing that completely changed the way I rap, that completely changed the way I make music, was picking up an instrument.
Nice.
See, and that was one of my questions I was gonna
Wow.
have for you. How much you felt that led to it? Because other people I know that play music or do a lot of different things. There's just something about playing an instrument that what it does to your brain and
It
your
does.
perspective
Your ear.
that makes you look at everything differently when
Uh-huh.
it comes to creating.
I don't
that
know about
craft.
everything differently, but as far as like making music, it 1,000,000,000%
Yeah.
changes fucking everything, bro. I picked up an instrument. I was listening to genres of music I completely didn't give a fuck about. Now all of a sudden I can hear hip hop and
Oh, yep.
polka music all of a
Yep.
sudden. All of a sudden I can hear hip hop and folk music.
Yep.
In fucking inbred Appalachian fucking mountain music. All of a sudden, I'm hearing gangster shit in there. Like what?
Yeah.
The lyrics, like, it completely changes. I think if you're an MC, one of the best things you could do is learn how to play any instrument. I don't give a fuck
Yeah,
what it is.
What it is. Yeah.
It's gonna change you for the better. It truly is. It really
It's
is.
a creative hack.
It really
It's
is.
really
It
a
is
creative hack.
It's a hack, 100%.
And
Speaking
as
of hearing
someone-
things differently,
Oh God. I don't know why that just sounds crazy. Go ahead.
no, this isn't going to be anything controversial.
All right.
This is just something that I know. This is just something that I know that nobody's listened to or heard. I've never hear anybody ever mention it.
Hmm.
Drake, Hotline Bling.
Okay.
Listen to Hotline Bling. The next time you listen to it, and it's only in certain hooks,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes, and I know when Hotline Bling. Listen, right after he says that, it's very faint. There's like a mariachi band or something behind there, and it goes, Hotline Bling,
So
very faintly in the background.
So you're right. And the only reason I know that
You know
is
what he's
because there
talking
was
about.
somebody who did like a breakdown of like the production in the song that mentioned that. That's the
Ah.
only reason I know that.
It's like so.
I follow a
faint,
bunch
and
of
I hear it
podcasts
all the
that
time.
all they do is break down stuff.
Now I won't
So I'd be like,
able to unhear it. Next time I hear
Yeah,
it.
nah. I promise you won't unhear it.
Yeah, no.
As soon as you said that, I was like, where is he going with this? And then you said, I was like, no, I do remember that. But yeah, it's like once you replay it and you hear
So
it, you're
apparently
like,
y'all
yeah.
watched the same YouTube video.
No, I never watched that.
Uh,
I just heard it, and you know, I look.
Yeah, he caught it.
I read
I didn't catch it, but once I saw it, I was like, whoa.
And here's the thing: it's because he make beats, so that's
Yeah,
gonna change
facts.
your ear. Even if you were MCing, you don't even gotta pick it up an instrument.
It's like a psychological thing.
Yeah, if you
It puts
start
it-
making
it
beats-
puts the thing in your
That's facts.
brain.
if you start
Oh, it's
making beats
facts.
alone, it's gonna change the way you hear music. It's gonna change the way you rhyme.
And see, I got into it only because I like discovery. So like I love sampling. So I feel like as musicians, some musicians I follow on Twitter that are not hip hop, they're like they're cheating, they're sampling. I'm like, no, if you ask me, hip hop is the most diverse musical thing in the world. And then when you hear like what these people sample, and then you hear the songs that they sampled in this little 3-second loop or whatever.
When it's
you're like,
done,
yo,
when
how
it's done,
did you?
when it's done
When it's
artistically.
done, when it's done right, not just like, oh, I'm
It's
just gonna loop
literally-
this.
it's-
They tear things apart, reconstruct it, flip
Yeah.
it up a couple times, and then boom.
It's literally every
It's
genre.
insane. It's
the-
literally,
it's
yeah.
the gumbo of music. Yeah.
Literally. So
Yeah.
I'm like, no, put some respect on these people's craft.
Yeah.
And then for the artists to come in and then do what they do to it, like it's just insane. Like it's absolutely insane. So I love that stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not as easy as it seems, because
It's
if it
definitely
was,
not easy.
then you would go, okay, well then you do it, and then they do it, and
They
it's
can't.
terrible.
They down on Fruity Loops and don't know what the fuck they
Nice.
doing. Yeah.
Yeah, word. Fruity Loops.
Hey man, that's how I started.
Yeah,
Fruity Loops is-
everyone got FL Studio.
Fruity Loops is top of the line now. I remember
Yeah.
Now it's
It
fucking-
came a long way.
I started out on Fruity Loops, and
Yeah.
people used to clown me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
because you had it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh, he'd make beats on them Fruity Loops."
I went from
Okay,
Fruity
okay.
Loops. I went to Pro Tools, but then I went back. But then I just
Fruity Loops.
upgraded all the plugins. That's all it is. And then actually like
It's all equal now.
yeah.
You know, this project.
Go ahead. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Continue the interview.
I love I love this project. 13 songs, 5 features.
October
right?
13th for 13
October
songs.
13th.
Oh, we getting Illuminati right now. Let's go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very, very dope to hear Phaze on the last track.
Oh, hell yeah.
Give y'all a couple bars right quick.
Hell yeah.
But also, you know, the shoulder roll joint with Devin Haley.
Yes, sir.
And then, like I told y'all in pre-production, I would have loved to hear you on Devin's Summer 93 track. So, but in speaking of that, you know, what have been some of like your favorite like collabs over the years, and what type of collabs are you looking to do on this next project? Because I know you're selective.
Yeah. My favorite collabs over the years, shit. I mean, if we want to go that route, shout out, first of all, big up King Magnetic. He gave me the biggest collabs I've ever had in my quote unquote career, if you even want to call it a fucking career.
It's a career.
Mag,
Don't minimize yourself, brother.
Mag blessed me with some of the biggest names I ever collaborated with. I've gotten on the biggest radio stations and the biggest everything through him. So shout out to you, Mag. And,
That's why I was hyped that I saw he was on the album.
Oh
too.
yeah, I can't do
yeah.
it. I can't do an album without him. He's
Yeah.
gonna be on the motherfucking album. Honestly, the collabs I really look forward to have nothing to do with other rappers. They got to do with musicians.
I did that.
Nice.
I want, like I was talking about, homie Mac Vills, the flute
Yeah.
player. I hope you see this, homie.
Justin Mathis, yeah.
Yo, I want to get him on the new album. I want to get my man Jose, Jay Breeze on the bass and the keys
Ooh.
on the new album. He was on the
Hey.
Bacon Egg. He did a few songs on the Bacon Egg, and he sang on a few songs. He's super multi-talented. I get excited about musicians, man. Because
Yeah.
you know, like samples and all that is cool. That's great, and
live
it's
music hits
hip-hop, but
different.
once you get them live musicians on,
Yeah, it's a whole different vibe. It's a whole
make you
different
want to
energy.
smack somebody. It's a different energy. It's
Nah, it really
it's
is.
a different energy. Like in my fantasies, pause. I would love a whole orchestra. Like
Yo,
a legit
me
whole
too.
orchestra. A legit whole orchestra. I would love that shit.
bruh. I won't even tell you how over the years I became obsessed with any hip hop orchestra collab.
Yeah.
Kanye had a project
you
called
seen the
Late
Ni- You
Orchestration.
seen the Nas joint
Nas?
in the JFK?
Yes.
Yeah, fire.
Bruh, I was so mad. I should have went to that. Kendrick did a joint with an orchestra.
I didn't see that.
Hove did 20 years of Reasonable Doubt with an orchestra in New York.
I didn't see that.
Reasonable Doubt sounded insane. There's
didn't-
not much video clips of it, but
you got to send me the link to the Hove joint and the Lamar joint.
got-
I didn't
I
see
got
neither,
you.
I didn't see neither of them joints.
the Hove joint, hearing Hove rapping all these drug dealer raps with
On-
these
on the-
strings
On the orchestra.
sounds
Yeah.
insane. And in the video, he got the 96 Lexus out there on the stage and everything. It's nuts, but there's only a couple clips. I'm like, yo, they need a DVD of this. They don't.
Yeah.
It just doesn't exist. But when I heard that, I was like, oh my.
Yo, if you're interested, there's a Jay Dilla concert. It's called a concert for my Dukes. And
Yeah.
it's all an orchestra. And they do his whole fucking repertoire. They do his whole catalog in the straight orchestra. It's called I think it's called something for my Dukes.
Yeah.
It's
Nah,
a
I'm looking that
Jay
up.
Dilla tribute. It's so fire.
I might watch that
It's all
tonight.
orchestra. If you can find it online, send me the link.
I'm gonna
I
look that
can't
up
find it,
because
yeah.
I need that. I need that.
Symphony Hall needs some shit like that, bro. Around
Bro,
here.
well, I was saying
Symphony
that to you
Hall.
before.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to curate, and if there's musicians out there that would like to collab with any one of us on this, I always wanted to curate like a playlist with an orchestra to just take some
Yeah,
of these
'cause you might.
finest projects. And mind you, I work at a university that will remain nameless because they don't pay me for this ad spot. But they have a big music program.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I be trying to put the bug in some of their ears to do something,
Yeah.
but it's just like,
That'd be a dope. That'd be a dope like field trip for like high school students too to actually like, hear
guaranteed
that.
to incorporate the culture.
Yo,
creatively
it'd be five.
collab.
It'd be five for like the middle school band nerds to go to.
Yes.
To like get their confidence, like, oh shit, maybe I'm not a nerd. I'm about to be
Exactly.
I'm about to be playing the fire music for the illest motherfuckers on the
Right.
planet
'Cause
right
down
now.
south, they normalize that. Up here, it's just like,
Oh yeah, you talking about in the
Yeah.
the drum lines and
See
all
the
that stuff
trap,
down
the
there.
trap
yeah.
orchestra. Jeezy did a trap orchestra show last fall, and then
Yeah, it's so fire.
Ti has one in December.
So fire.
A trap orchestra. They're
Parents-
doing it again in Atlanta.
Parents, give your kids energy, man. Let them know.
Word.
Yo, let them know. It's not dorky, bro. It's not, music is not dorky. Let them know. Oh man. I wish I had that motivation. Cause I used to be elementary school. I used to play the saxophone. I was in a
See, that's what I wanted to play.
Oh, you trying Kenny?
I played violin. We couldn't afford the sax, so my
Okay.
mom was like, "We could do the violin."
Oh,
so that's what I played.
So I was on the up and up then.
Yeah,
back
you
then,
were,
is
you
what
were,
saying.
yeah. We was broke. I couldn't afford that, buddy. I'm hating.
Nah, but even at the certain age, I thought that was whack. You know what I'm saying? Once I got, I moved to 5 points and I was like, yeah, that shit, we can't do this shit no more.
I just bootleg Fruity Loops. That's what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all been there at one point too.
Y'all were playing violins,
Look
and
at this-
saxophones.
look at this colonizer.
Fruity Loops. And then I bootleg Fruity Loops.
Downloaded the BitTorrent file.
Yeah, but no BitTorrent.
Not
then.
the BitTorrent.
Yo, I had to
Yo.
scour the internet. I don't even whatever was going on in 2001.
Might get a
Mr.
virus.
Pirate Bay, yeah.
Might get a virus. Risk it all.
Risk it all for the
Bro,
viral.
ain't nobody give a fuck about viruses.
Nah, back then, it was
Yeah.
open market,
Facts.
straight open market. But I dig that. I like that response. Just because I feel like it changes the soundscape
Yeah.
of everything, and
Word.
I feel like creatively and just hearing that, like, it allows your lyrics to break through and reach people in a much different way.
Mm.
So like now you're telling me all this, I'm curious as to what you're gonna cook up with those musicians in addition to having this freaking mastermind madman over here.
I'll tell you right now. I don't know if you heard any of the past interviews, but do you understand the concept of the album I just put out? It's a very negative. It's a very negative point of view. It's a fool's errand. If you know anything about a fool's errand, you're sent to do something that you know is gonna fail.
Yeah.
And I mean, the fact that I still put lyrics first is a fool's errand.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
facts.
In today's mainstream music, you know what I'm saying? Rap music is not a thing. Yes, it's hip hop, but it's not fucking rap music. It's hip hop, 100%. But if the lyrics aren't first, it's not rap music. It's
Yeah.
hip hop, but it's something different.
Yeah, it's
You know,
different.
it's
it's
different.
evolved.
It's different. It's evolved into something
Right.
different.
Yep.
Raps aren't fucking important no more.
No.
That's why I say what I focused on my whole life is a fool's errand. It's a fool's errand to focus on lyrics no more. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, question: did you come up with that concept after you produced it, or while you were producing it, you came up with that concept?
Probably like in the very beginning of the album. Originally I wanted to call the album The Best That Never Did It, because I used to call my old PNC, my own partner in crime, Jinx the rhyme. So I used to call him the best that never did it, because he be popping mad shit like he the man, but he ain't do shit in decades. Like he been doing shit forever.
The guy on the couch.
Yeah, he's the guy.
I ain't forget.
Nah, like literally the guy on the couch. Nah, shout out to you, Jinx. I love you,
Yeah,
but
mad talented.
But you got to stop talking like you the man. 'cause
He
you're
was on the couch in that video we
Yeah.
shot. He was. He actually was.
not- But it comes from that. I wanted to call the album "The Best That Never Did It." You know what I'm saying? Like, because I always view Jinx, because Jinx is crazy talented, crazy, but no one ever heard of him. Just like me, no one ever heard of me. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the local scene. And I always call him the best that never did it, because he be bragging on Facebook and all that shit. Like, bro, shut up. You never did nothing. You the best that never did it.
Yeah.
And then I was gonna call my album that, but I was like, nah. And then once I came across the term, the Fools Errand, it was kind of poetic. Like, holy shit. A Fool's Errand, that's been my whole fucking career. Like I've focused my whole life's artistic energy on putting words together, being poetic and taking somebody's mind and take them to a whole new fucking world, just to come down in 2023, 24, and that's meaningless. Nobody cares about that shit anymore. Wow, I've just been on a Fool's Errand. And no matter how salty, nobody wants to focus.
Admit that their life's work was
and also focus their energy on enjoying something that is salty like that. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't give a fuck. It stands true to the art. Right. And even once I'm dead, people are gonna look back and maybe hopefully see this interview and then listen to the album and be like, holy shit, that's fucking genius.
Yeah. It's authentic.
It's authentic. Yeah, it is
same
from my
thing
heart.
because I feel the same way. Like, I did the same thing. Like I started rapping and I taught myself to produce and engineer, and I went to school for music engineering, and then when I graduate,
and he's here doing my album.
The music industry collapses. The music industry collapses once I get out of college, and then also college is a scam.
Big facts.
So like this whole shit is like you said, it's just
life is a scam.
So not to take it back. So if you understand the concept of this album, A Fool's Errand, it's basically just a reflection on that concept. For this next album, a book 2, because it was a book 1. So I needed to complete the yang of the yin.
Yeah.
So this album is gonna be not on the Jesus Christ.
I heard him slide. Yo.
This album got to be the positive opposite of this. So I want to do an album of stuff that I'm grateful and appreciative for.
That's dope.
So this is essentially why I do also want more musicians on this album.
That's dope.
And I'm not gonna lie, it scares the shit out of me, bro. I've never focused writing music on stuff that I'm appreciative, that makes me happy, on positive stuff. I get energy. My fire burns fucking hot off shit that pisses me off. And shit that I'm ready to fucking wild out on and fucking punch somebody in the fucking face for. Like, it's easy for me to get inspired off of that. It's so easy for me because I'm ready. I'm fucking, let's go. But to be positive and be appreciative and gratitude to bleed through my sound. It's scary, but that's what I'm focused on right now, and that's what I'm trying to do. I want to have gratitude in my music, and I want to be positive, and it's fucking scary because I've never done music like this before.
And I think it's also because a lot of musicians and artists just use their art as like a therapy.
Yeah,
and like an out. And I think the coolest thing about
100%.
The concept is with like today's industry, like you said, everyone's thinking, how can I get the most likes? How can I get the most numbers? How can I get the most streams? What's gonna catch on? But you value the art first, and I think a lot of artists struggle with that because they think about, hey, what's gonna be the next TikTok trend? What's gonna be the next reel that's gonna make me pop off? Versus, hey, what's gonna be something that expresses what I'm feeling right now, and it's gonna relate to the listener or relate to a listener.
I think it's easier. I think we had a conversation before about this. Like when you think of like positive music, it's more so through a lens of corniness or something like that.
1,000,000%.
So instead of thinking of it like that,
1,000,000%.
Instead of something like, oh, I want to make a happy song.
I'm gonna make a positive album.
Instead of that, you twist it, twist it like 5 degrees or something. So instead of a happy song, it's about gratitude.
Yeah, I'm not coming off
or-
soft, motherfucker.
Or honor,
Yeah.
or something like that. Something
s-
that's not.
I will still punch you in your fucking face. Don't get it fucking twisted.
With a smile.
Don't, and be positive about it. Don't get it
Yeah.
fucking twisted. All
I
right.
did this to help you.
Yeah.
Right. You have to twist it a little bit to make it
Nah,
not the
I get it.
connotation of corniness, but something that people can take a little bit more pride in instead of
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
this is just a positive. like-
Yeah, positive don't mean not gangster. Like a lot of motherfuckers get caught up
facts.
in that gangster
Yeah.
shit. Yeah. Some of the most gangster shit is fucking growing up
Yeah,
and
it-
fucking.
it doesn't have to be,
Bingo.
oh, don't do
Yeah.
drugs and don't.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like,
Yeah.
listen
that's
to your
a-
mom, man.
Yo, that was fucking hilarious. Sounded like some 80s.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a
Nah,
PSA.
Freddy shit. Listen to your mom. Yeah, stay out the streets. Yeah, don't drink wine. Yeah,
Right.
don't smoke weed. Yeah.
Oh, Nyce Jonez.
Hey yo, well nah, well,
Nyce
That's
Jonez
what-
pushing P.
That's what people think when you think
Relax.
about like
Yeah.
what positive
I mean,
messaging and
the
music
shit,
is.
the
Yeah.
shit, the
Rap
shit
music, at
I'm
least.
appreciative is about being fucking alive, not being in fucking
That
jail right now,
part.
not being
that
fucking,
part.
not being a fucking hooked on drugs right now.
That
Like
part.
I have people that are dead that are in jail that are fucking hooked on fucking drugs.
To live this age and see that,
Yo, dead ass,
there's nothing wrong with
Dead
being
ass.
fucking grateful.
dead ass.
And that's the thing I
And
realized.
that's the most
being
gangster
40.
shit.
Love is gangster.
Gangster.
Grateful is gangster. That's why I made the hoodie drop. The last one me and my girl did in the fall was Love is Gangster
Yeah,
with a ski mask nigga on it.
yeah.
Because that's gangsta that actually show love. That's
Yeah.
why,
Right.
again, I'm like, I don't really give out compliments. I don't mind giving compliments. I don't know why I couldn't give out compliments before.
You a
I don't know if
hater?
that's like a. I don't know if it's like this shell thing, right? But it's like, nah. I've known y'all long enough. Why can't I just tell y'all what the fuck I think? So now I'm even more excited hearing that
Yeah.
what y'all looking to do next because I feel like that first project, you almost had to like clear the palette.
Let me real quick. You listen to the album. What is your favorite song? What do you like?
Honestly, for me,
Yeah.
my favorite song was the joint with Devin Haley.
With Dev, okay.
Yeah.
The shoulder roll.
Yeah, the shoulder roll that
That was some pimp shit.
that was just I
and-
just like the energy within all of that.
And Dev made it pimp shit. His hook made. I was on the regular shit I be on. Dev made it of some pimp shit.
Yeah, but I like that transitional energy. And I'm saying it's like
Okay.
it's like a counterbalance.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
I really fuck with that. And then the joint with King Magnetic too.
Okay.
It's just I like hearing you and Mag together. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I stay
We
there's,
got hit-
there's
we-
a couple of Mag joints I stay blasting, I be telling them about, and I'm like, nah, I need more.
Me and Mag got crazy history, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy history.
So yeah, so now I'm even more looking forward to this book 2 joint.
All right.
So my final question to you guys, because both of you guys are multi-talented, for a creative out there that's trying to get either their feet wet in the game or just trying to explore different avenues of creativity, what would you give for advice and to exploring like different talents and things along those lines?
You want me to go?
Yeah, sure.
Just do shit. Basically.
That's real.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Because some folks get in their own way.
Yeah.
They won't do anything. They'll research everything. They'll think about everything and just never do anything.
Yeah.
How do you feel when people say like being just mastering like one craft versus like having like multi talents? Because there's like that whole debate between that.
I mean, and that's kind of a weird thing when you're just getting into something. That's a dumb thing to say when because you're still figuring yourself out. I mean, if I would give advice to somebody just getting into it, I would say get out your fucking house. Get out the
Word.
house, get off the internet,
Mm.
and get
Facts.
in front of people's faces. Because when I came up, I couldn't just like make music and get on the fucking internet. I had to go
Word.
to in neighborhoods. I had to go to South T. I had to go to Pembroke. I had to go to the Acres. I had to go
Word.
to Second and Ridge. I had to go to these neighborhoods. And even though people aren't assholes and gonna tell you suck to your face, when you in a cipher, you're gonna see how they
Yep.
react to everybody
Right.
different. You're gonna
Yep.
see they react to this motherfucker way better, and you're gonna be like, oh, Jan, I need that reaction.
Yep.
So fuck
Right.
what your man's telling you. Yeah, you should have supportive people in your life. Your man should be supportive. Your family should be supportive. That's cool. You need that. But you also need the other side of the coin.
Facts.
Go out there amongst strangers that don't know you, that ain't supposed to like you, and be out there amongst other creatives, and you're gonna see who the crowd like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even if they're not going crazy over the nicest motherfucker, you're gonna see that they're gonna be like, oh shit.
You see that? You see that?
Body language.
see that in New York.
Body language is real. You need to get out there, away from your people, and observe it, and it's gonna show you if you nice or not.
Yeah.
Yep.
You see that in New York with the street performers. You see it all the time.
On the subway, oh yeah,
Yeah.
all of that, yeah.
All the time.
Stop.
And some of the most talented people that are not even known, like they'll be street performing, and then
Yep.
The strangers won't lie to you.
yup.
Never.
Strangers ain't gonna lie to
Gotta
you.
be
That's
the
why
most honest.
if you coming up, strangers ain't gonna lie to you. Your man's gonna lie to you. Your family's gonna lie to you. Strangers will not fucking lie to you.
Even your friends and stuff, they might lie to you
what I just said.
in words,
Yeah.
yeah.
but their reaction,
Yeah.
if
You
you're
can see
honest
it.
with yourself,
if you can read
can
body
see
language,
it. You can
yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
You can see the language, yeah.
And on top of that, I feel like the strangers are more likely to support you than your closest friends first, because some of the strangers will become like your closest like
Yeah.
fans and
But
supporters.
especially if
Wow.
you're first starting out anything, you're gonna
Yeah.
suck. You're gonna suck for a while. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't expect to be God level when you first start.
yeah.
100%.
They wait for the
just gotta
world to
keep doing-
validate you. That's what
Yeah.
happens.
You got to keep doing it, but after a while, if you're still not, then just stop.
I started
Please stop.
I started rapping when Biz Markie, Just a Friend came out in like the late '80s. I didn't get Nyce till shit. 10 years later. I didn't. It took me a good deck to fucking get right. So don't give up. Don't act like you the nice. Get off the computer. Get out your house.
Word.
Don't listen to your friends. Get out and learn to read body language if you really want to be nice. And don't be afraid of rejection. Go do your thing.
So both of y'all, are y'all gonna be featured on my album or what?
First of all,
Body language.
nah, somebody already got that album title. But
Yo.
Nice. Stop fucking.
I think we're in just separate bowling alleys. That's what I think.
He's so mad. Tell the streets how much you lost by.
By one pin.
Oh, y'all real serious on this shit.
Oh no. It was epic. I feel like I gotta make an ESPN
Y'all
30
got-
30 documentary about
Alright,
this.
It's got to be a whole different segment.
Because he went first, and so he was actually up. So I had to.
All right, ladies and gentlemen in
think
the
to win by
comments.
one.
Ladies and gentlemen in the comments, please comment on if you want to see them a rematch in this bowling match, and we'll make a whole nother episode about that. But only if y'all want it.
Live
So-
from the bowling alley.
So
Live
yeah,
podcast live
Put
from
it
the
down.
bowling alley.
Put it down, and we'll make it happen.
Looking for bowling alley sponsors now.
Yeah. Rose Lanes, holla.
I think he only hit the pins that hard because they're white. That's why.
You might be right.
And that's all, folks.
Yo,
By the way,
why you went Bugs Bunny?
I appreciate you. Thank you guys for having us on.
Yo, thanks for
Yeah.
pulling up.
And Power 610, make sure you fucking tune in.
Yeah.
Pause.
Tell everyone where they can find you at.
Tug McRaw, TugMcRaw, at everything you go on the internet for. Just do that. Just take the G out the name because there's an old ass baseball player that my father named me after that is gonna pop up.
You can't find him.
Yeah, you can't.
Search Tug McRaw and then put Phaze Wun, PHAZEWUN,
I
and you'll
literally-
find him then.
I literally have the worst rap name ever. Literally
Yo.
the worst rap name ever.
Yo, that's funny.
Everything else besides him comes.
Yeah, exactly.
And Phase, where can they find you?
Same thing. Phaze Wun, PHAZEWUN. It's just a Phaze podcast. All that.
A show.
Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all.
Much love, brothers.
Tune in, motherfuckers.